everybody, welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH After show. Let's get into it, starting with Ms. Ava Jerome versus Crimson Magazine. Now, Ava was almost convinced to sign the contract, however, Jack stepped in and reminded her of the fact that she killed Connie Falconeri, the original magazine runner of Crimson Magazine, and on top of that, she also was responsible for partially getting his stepson killed, so she was out of there pretty fast. But Nina demanded that he goes and convinces her to be a part of the cover, so he runs it by Carly, who obviously is not for it, until Jack says that the whole world will judge her for her crimes instead of, just Port Charles. And then Carly was on board, so the two of them conspired to convince Ava to sign for the magazine. All Carly had to do was pretend that she hated the idea of it, and Ava was on board. Oh, Ava, you played yourself. Now, Carly has other things to worry about. It turns out that she may have complications with her pregnancy that could result in her baby having a birth defect. No surprise there. I mean, Carly has never had a smooth pregnancy, ever. So I'm just like, okay, here we go. I don't know what's going to become of this, if, there will be an actual risk, or if it's just like, another setback that will just be fixed and be fine. It's hard to say when it comes to Carly's pregnancies, but I guess we'll find out in the future. Now, Carly's daughter Jocelyn is still having a hard time dealing with Oscar's death. She texts his phone and then sees that someone's been reading the text. Turns out that Oscar's phone is actually in Africa with Kim and Drew. That's gonna be one hell of a phone bill. Maxie actually suggests to Jocelyn that she tries to reach Oscar from beyond the grave and that she goes to Lucy for help. Now, I know that Lucy has experience with vampires, but does she have experience with really talking to the dead? I don't remember that in her history, but if someone knows, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, yeah, she goes to Lucy for help, and Lucy is kind of reluctant to help her. She thinks that maybe it's not a good idea when the death is so fresh. But I think Jocelyn's gonna go through with it anyway. Meanwhile, Kim and Drew are in Tanzania, and Kim's a little bit woozy and sick from the altitude, and she is seeing Drew as Oscar. Looks like the actor is still on General Hospital even after the death of his character. And from the looks of it, if Jocelyn has a seance, we might see him at least one more time. Alright, we have to talk about him. David Henry Archer, aka Shiloh. Now, as we all predicted, Harmony confessed to all of Shiloh's crimes, and now Shiloh is off scot-free, and Harmony is going to jail for his crimes. Ridiculous. What a stupid woman. Stupid woman. Now, Shiloh's getting more unhinged every day. He sees Sam in public and gets a little grabby with her just in time for Jason to see it. And I'm pretty sure that it's safe to say that Jason, Sunny, and Julian all want this mofo to die. However, Christina doesn't want him to die because she's Christina. I do have to give the writers props. They seem to be actually growing the character. She wants to stand on her own 2 feet. She's sick of her dad and her mom always coming to her rescue. Even though she's appreciative of it, she wants to grow up. That's growth. With any luck, Sunny and Alexis will actually let her do so. Now, despite the fact that the number of people in Port Charles that hate Shiloh is growing each and every day, there are still a lot of followers of his out there, including a nurse at General Hospital and a worker at Mercy Hospital who actually breaks the rules and gives him the info he needs to find out that Willow did in fact have a son. Sadly, Shiloh uses his newfound knowledge to serve Willow with a court order to appear in court in regards to their child. Thankfully, Willow still has so many people up to bat for her, including Michael. Who else died when Michael bought the Dawn of Day house from underneath him? I loved it. I laughed so hard when that was on screen. It was so hilarious. Aw, Shiloh, where will your Dawn of Day followers go now that your door can't always be open? Oh no, so sad. So sad. But yeah, like I said, Willow pretty much has an entire army out to help her when it comes to Wiley. I mean, Michael's already fighting for her. Diane's obviously gonna fight hard to make sure that Shiloh does not get her child and that it stays in the hands of Brad and Lucas. And on top of that, even the former DA Dawson elsewhere is willing to help take Shiloh down and going to Jason with information that could actually help take Shiloh down in the first place. I give mad props to Margot Dawson and the writers because honestly, when the charges got dropped against Shiloh, I thought that they really threw Margot under the bus and that we were never going to see her again. But we did see her one more time so that she could give the information to Jason. So thank goodness for that, because I was like, ouch, they did her dirty until that next scene. So thank goodness. Alright, now elsewhere in Port Charles, Lulu went on her fake date. Riveting stuff. Next, finally, let's talk about Jordan, Jordan's Theory, Ryan Chamberlain, and Nelle. Now, as you guys watched last week, I said that it looks like that the people of Port Charles played God and stole Ryan's kidney. And it looks like Jordan had the same exact theory, and it wasn't exactly proven wrong. So I'm pretty sure we were both right. Yes! What I'm surprised about was the fact that Jordan managed to figure all of this out in one episode. Like, I honestly thought that we were going to see a several-week storyline arc of her trying to figure out what went down and that the people of Port Charles would go down for it. But by the end of her conversation with Curtis, she kind of implied that she knew that whoever was the ringleader, even though she really knew it was him, but she didn't say it out loud, but she knew. She said that the ringleader would not leave a trace of evidence, and she seemed like she was going to let it go. However, Ryan probably won't, because he knows that his kidney was stolen, and he's yelling at Finn and Valerie, and Finn's just like, you just sound crazy to me, I don't know, bye. Like, he just leaves, and then in walks Nelle Benson. For some reason, I didn't realize how much those two actually have in common. I mean, besides the whole kidney situation that I forgot about, there was also the fact that they have Carly in common and Ava in common. It's just like, whoa. So those two are obviously going to team up to try to break out of Pentonville, and I'm sure that they are smart enough to do it between the two of them, although I secretly hope that Ryan kills Nelle before she wreaks more havoc, because Brad also visited Nelle in jail to like let her know what was going on with Wiley, and she didn't seem to care so much about the whole cult leader thing. She just cared what Michael was doing and what he was up to. So, even Brad was like, yikes, I'm doomed. Like, it was just, she's so deranged. I love her, but I hate her, but I love her. And that's thanks to Chloe. You rock, girl. Anyway, I'm pretty excited to see what happens next week. What did you guys think of this week's General Hospital? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys next time.